Okay, let's look at the homework 2.4, problem number 5. Right, so we want to find an equation of the tangent line to the curve, which is a secant of x, and at pi over 6, comma, 2 square root 3 over 3. All right, so let's do that. All right, so first thing is we already know the point, so let's see, I'm going to just say write down. Right, so we have a point, and I'm gonna call it x1 comma y1. So x1 is pi over 6, and y1 is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Right, then we want to find the slope, so that's the only other thing we need. So m, right. So we need to just define the derivative of y and then plug in the x1 value. So it's going to be a pi over 6. Right? So first we have to find the derivative. Right, so remember that the derivative of secant of x is secant of x times tangent of x. Right? Then we have to figure out how to find secant of pi over 6. So we just have to plug in pi over 6, and then tangent of pi over 6. All right, so let's do that. Alright, so secant, if you know that the secant is reciprocal of cosine, maybe we should look at that. Secant is too hard. So it's a 1 over cosine of pi over 6. Alright, and the cosine of pi over 6 is 30 degrees. And the cosine is square root of 3 over 2. So reciprocal of that would be 2 over square root of 3, right? Because we just take the reciprocal of that. So 2 over square root of 3 is a secant value. Maybe I should write that down here. Right? 2 over square root of 3. Right? Multiply by tangent. Tangent of pi over 6 is going to be, let's see, it's 1, and it's 1 over square root of 3. So 1 over square root of 3. All right. So tangent is 1 over square root of 3. And if you multiply it out, so you can see that the 2 times 1 is 2. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just 3. Right? So therefore, equation of the tangent line would be y minus y1. So it's a 2 square root of 3 over 3 is equal to m, which is 2/3. And then quantity x minus pi over 6, right? So I would probably write it as just add 2 square root of 3 over 3 so that the y is isolated. So y is equal to, and I would just keep the rest as it is. So it's 2/3 times quantity x minus pi over 6 and plus 2 square root of 3 over 3, right? So let's type that in. All right, so what we found was 2/3 and then quantity x minus pi over 6, and I'm gonna have to find pi. All right, pi is a Greek letter, so they should be in there, right? Where's pi? Oh, here. Pi and over 6, then write quantity there, and then plus 2 square root of 3 then over 3. Right? Right, so let's check. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like, even though it looks a little different, because this one actually 2/3 is distributed, but this is exactly the same thing. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.